It has been a while. Mused. Okay, here. Are we live? 3, 2, 1. Test, test. We are live. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Let's start posting this somewhere. Okay, let's put it here. No, I want to put like this. We are live. Okay, here, show the link, copy. Okay, done. Then create post here, live. LinkedIn. We are live. Okay. Then what else? Put this copy. Let's put also here on threads. Hi everyone. Okay. I want also to put this on Substack. I want to send an email. Share, embed, copy, home. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Alerts. Do we have the alerts? Alert box. Okay. We should have it. Let's make one post. We are live. Red circle. We are live. Live. If let on in Rust. It will be an interesting lesson. Kind of short, but still interesting. We are live to talk about the if-let construct in Rust. Yeah, to talk about the if-let in Rust. Okay, after this, relax and enjoy. I'll show this also again later. Hello, how are you? Today I should do the live like this. And enjoy. I still need to buy the frame, but it's mind blowing. We made it. We made it. If let. Okay, let's send it. Everyone. Send. Okay. Okay. Email sent. Okay, let's wait a couple of minutes because I did this travel in Japan and it was absolutely amazing, mind-blowing. So I haven't done a coding live stream in 2 weeks now. Last live stream it was the 23rd of March. Siri, I am a beginner in coding. Should I start with Rust? I released a short a couple of days ago. Short answer is no, but you don't need to follow my tips. My tip is that you should not start Rust as your first programming language. And I think the main reason is that there are so many references in a Rust tutorials about other languages that this might frustrate you. Like, as we know in JavaScript, there are arrow functions, but if you don't know about this, you don't understand what they're talking about. They're trying to explain this to you to make your life simple, but this might have the opposite result. So you can still, I think that it's technically possible if you want to do this for fun. If you want to do this to find a job, probably you are in the wrong place. But you can stay, because if you want, but I need to be honest. So my honest thought about this is that Rust should not be your first programming language. Probably the second or third one. It will be even better. Or 10th. Can we make our own Devin model? If yes, make tutorial on it. I'm now, it's interesting, but that probably could be a good idea for an open source project. That now I don't have the time to make one, but I like the idea, I like the approach. I'm into cybersecurity and I used to do Bash. Bash is very powerful. I mean, it's as a programming language, and I mean, if you wanted to approach Rust as on the system programming thing, and if you already know Bash, I mean, Bash is not that easy as a syntax, you might give it a try. Let's say it's interesting, because usually people, they start with more mainstream stuff. Maybe you have some experience in JavaScript. Start machine learning series. Not for now. I'm very focused on the Rust thing, and but I always appreciate your feedback, because let's say if I have like 10, 20, 30 people asking me to start machine learning, I will start thinking about this. So your feedback is always appreciated, but I want to know. I otherwise, if I'll start say yes to everyone, we will not have what I really want. After learning Go, I here to learn Rust. It's a very nice strategy, I think. Global Young, hi. Hi everyone, by the way, how are you? Say hi in the chat. Wave. What is? Oops. Wave. We'll start soon. We'll start soon with this lesson. I didn't have much time to prepare, but I think this will be a very, very quick one. Yes, Rohit. Are you that Rohit that we were in the call before? Yes, so it's nice to be at home finally, and soon we will start with this lesson. I appreciate your work. Thank you so much, Vikash. Really, I appreciate you coming here, and I hope you'll find this series useful. This is episode number 14, so it's like it has been a while, since January. Like January, February, March, April, we are in the 4th month, and we already are on the 14th episode. So we did one lesson almost every week. The only 3 weeks I didn't do them, it was one when I was super sick, but the 2 weeks in Japan, I did 4 live streams in the 2 weeks before. So I covered all the time that I stayed in Japan. I'll be curious to know why, after learning Go, you are here to learn Rust. There is this, like, Rust and Go are like JavaScript and Python. Like, people like to fight which one is better, which one you should not learn Rust, you should not learn Go. At the end of the day, every language has their perks, and I have been fascinated by Rust because it has some unique features. Like the features that other programming languages, they don't have. And this is the reason why I started creating more content about Rust rather than other programming languages. You're my new instructor. Thank you so much, Vikash. I'm here for you. I have plenty of videos on different topics. And I think that soon we'll start. I forgot water, so I'm gonna grab water and be right back. When Rust series will end? Why there are 2 Rohit Rai in the chat? Is that a coincidence, or there are 2 different people, or maybe you are using two different accounts. The Rust series will end. This first series, I think it will end in 2025, because we are doing all the lessons, so we'll have a full, complete Rust tutorial. That's it. So the way is still long. It's not like a random video. You know what? The reason is that I want to create super solid fundamentals, and then on top of that we'll start having fun with Solana, web development, front end with WASM, projects in Rust. But when I'll start that second phase, I want to have a very, very solid series. So whenever I talk about ownership, I talk about the match statement, I talk about data types, anything else, I don't have to explain everything again from scratch. I can say, if you want, you can check this specific video, and then we'll keep going. So my idea is to work hard for even 1 year, which is a lot, but then we are really creating something serious, something professional and free for everyone. I ask a question for Hitesh Klodhari that should I learn Rust, and he say, no, Rust is not for beginner. This is exactly what I say. Rust is not beginner friendly. I don't know if you are a beginner or not. After Rust, what do you think about blockchain? What do you mean? My opinion about blockchain didn't change much. I just want to focus more on the Rust language, and probably at some point I'll be back in creating smart contracts, this time with Rust. 1 second. Be right back. Okay, Nightbot. Yeah, that's a bot. Okay, nice. So can we start writing smart contract? Not now. I want to finish the whole series. So this is very important because I want to create again solid fundamentals about Rust, even if this will take some time. Okay, nice. So we'll start soon. Let me start preparing stuff here. Okay. Have you checked? I would like to know. Have you checked at least one of the previous videos, or are you here for the first time? We still have some time, even if you want to drop a question, and then at the end we'll celebrate the silver button, and we'll have time for questions again. I'm actually a MERN stack developer. Nice. Just exploring different languages for fun. I like this approach. Watched all of your previous recorded live stream, and it's my first live one. Okay, Code with Babu. I don't know if you watched the live streams or the edited videos. I'll show you, because after the live stream, I also edit the video. So you see these different. So these are the live streams. But this is a series of the edited videos. Okay, so this is the edited video. I don't know if you watched this with this grumpy Francesco or something else. This is the link to the edited videos. This is a playlist. Okay. Because I don't think rewatching live streams is worth. I keep the live streams because they are nice, but usually we have the edited version. Probably the best solution would be to have a different channel, but I'm lazy. I don't want to have multiple channels for now. By the way, cool thumbnail. Which one? This one? Thank you, thank you. Or this one with the live stream one. Which one do you like the more? Okay, nice. Today we'll complete an important chapter, the chapter with the path and pattern matching. Hello bro, how are you? I'm fine, Shuri Radha, thank you so much. How are you? No, not edited once, but okay. If you like to watch the stream, it's okay. If you want, probably as a reference, you can use that one, which is basically the same version, but it's edited. Okay, we have also a new a new GIF, because good news is that my StreamYard setup absolutely have been absolutely cancelled. That's for the burger stream. I'm not late. Okay, thanks. I want to give away one membership now, and then we'll give away more at the end. But this is a ritual. We usually do it. So let's do it. How are you? How is everyone? People are starting to come. Slowly. Shri Radha just subscribed. Thank you so much, Shri Radha, for subscribing. I should change the audio. Developers, but next time. Okay. And this is super fun. I can share on YouTube that I've been a member of my own YouTube channel for 2 months, paying $1 per month. Francesca has become a member. Cool. That's me. Okay. Membership. Let's gift one. Are you use Rust real life project? What do you mean, single dev? This is a series to learn Rust. So I already have done some projects, but here we are focused on the fundamentals. So on single quick lessons. Okay. Giving away one membership. Of course, if you're not subscribed, you can't win it. But I think we can start. Nice. I'm excited. Let's see. Anurag Gupta. Congratulations. Is this gifting? Okay, the audio is not working. I should fix the audio. But congratulations. Currently I'm learning Solidity. What are your thoughts? Should I continue with Solidity, or do I start learning Rust from your playlist? This is probably the hardest question you can make me, because about 1 year ago I was saying that probably Solidity is the best solution to write smart contracts. So I would answer like this, Anurag. If your goal is just to write smart contracts, probably Solidity is still the best solution. Rust is more if you want to explore new things. Like with Rust, you can write smart contracts, but also doing more stuff. But it's a bit harder to learn. So if you wanted to just focus on Web3 and blockchain, maybe Solidity is enough. I was doing even Solidity tutorials. I switched to Rust for different reasons. The main reason is that Rust can also be used on the web server part. Solidity is just for smart contracts, so it's optimized. I still think it's a super valid language, but I want to expand, and I don't want to be, let's say, just focused on writing smart contracts. I prefer to learn the syntax of Rust, and then I will see in the future. I can even write front-end code with Rust. Docker series, why not? I love Docker. Do you know about a framework for Rust? Create a web API project. I made even shorts about this, like Rust frameworks. You can check this video if I find it. Rust web frameworks. Let's see if I find the video. Rust web framework. You see, Rust web frameworks. Rust web frameworks. We are on the first page of Google. Fourth result. 5 Rust web frameworks. That's me. You see, I'm doing a very good job on SEO here. Many lessons we have. So I recommend to check this. Copy. So this is our 5 ones. 5. Graham and Francesco and all make some AI SaaS application. I'm not focused on creating SaaS, probably some projects. So that's it. Francesco is streaming through. Graham will watch equal through. I don't know if this code will actually work. But thanks for coming, of course. It has been a while. I might be a bit rusty. That's super fun. Okay, so let's start soon. Thanks so much for coming. Let me am I recording? Stop recording. I'm already recording. I have enabled the option to start recording automatically when I do a live stream. So this might save my life in a couple of situations. Okay, so we can move this chat here. Okay, why is it like this? Okay. I'm eternally disappointed when you don't play Crab Rave. I don't know what Crab Rave is. Thank you, you're welcome. Okay, that's it. Cool. Okay, we are almost ready to start. Let's see. Oh, this is the... Close it. Let's see. It has been a while. I might fail today because it has been a while for me without coding. It's okay. We will make it anyway. Worst case, we'll make it again. No problem. Okay. So I think that for this lesson, I will keep the Rust analyzer. Quick recap. I want to start maybe removing this chat like this. So, quick recap about the VS Code extensions. So, I think there is a better toml. Ah no, it doesn't exist anymore. Even better toml. So there is one VS Code extension called even better toml, which is basically for the toml files. The toml files are sort of like package.json, so they are a file with all the dependencies and some information about the project. Okay. Or like the requirements.txt if you use Python. Another very important extension is this one, Rust Analyzer. Rust Analyzer, it's a very powerful VS Code extension. Usually I don't have it enabled because it makes basically spoilers. Like if I want to ask you, like, do you think this will work? If you see the mistake, probably this makes no sense to make questions if I have the Rust Analyzer disabled. Of course, if you are coding in Rust, I absolutely recommend to have the Rust Analyzer enabled. Sometimes I have this disabled just because I want to make my life harder while live streaming, but in that case usually the lesson is a bit more interactive, so that's the reason. Because someone sometimes someone told me like, hey Francesco, why are you not using the Rust Analyzer? Because this is a lesson and I'm trying to trick you with some questions, but with the Rust Analyzer that will be too easy to answer. Okay, I think we can start. Nice. Okay, Concise Control Flow with it. Today, to be completely honest, the lesson today is super easy. I think I will end this in 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. So it's basically an excuse to then having fun with the silver button and just if you want to ask me questions. But still, it's an important lesson because this will end the chapter about the paths, all the pattern matching. Pattern matching, we have talked about enums and match construct. So enum, match, and if let are the three chapters here of chapter. Again, I'm going to show you on chapter 6. Okay, so we are here enums and pattern matching. So this will be the last lesson about this chapter, and next week we'll start talking about how to manage and growing a growing project. So modules, crates, scope and privacy, the use keyword, also a super important one, but today we'll focus on this last part. So I think we can start. Are you ready? I also fixed. We have the big cursor here on the live stream. I don't know if this also will be recorded, but we'll see. Moment. Okay, let's start. Okay, just checking last time. Okay. Let's see, live chat. Of course, I'll still see the chat. I will leave the phone probably here on somewhere. Okay. Okay, I put this random and it's XD. Okay. Spoiler here. It should start like this. Okay. Nice. Okay, so welcome everyone. In this lesson we will talk about the if-let construct in Rust, and this is the last lesson on the chapter about pattern matching in Rust. We had one lesson about enums, one lesson about the match statement, my favorite one. You can also see this on the screen, the a match statement. So if you don't know what the match statement is, check the previous lesson. Today we'll talk about a very simple construct called if-let that can simplify the code in some cases. Okay, so but I want to start by checking this code here on the screen and see how we can optimize it and make it a little bit less verbose. And I would like to know if you understand what's going on here on the screen. If you want a quick recap about the match statement, just write this below in the comments. So we start from here. We have this function main. We define a variable, which is an option. I talked about the option in the enums lesson, but this probably should need a dedicated lesson. And then we used the match statement, but you see here we have a match statement that has only one arm. An arm in a match is like a case in a switch, so it's one possibility. And then basically what you see on line 6 is in any other cases, just do nothing. This is exactly what this does mean. You see, even GitHub Copilot says ignore the case where config max is known. Okay, and if I run this code here with cargo run, Usually I add the dash q so I avoid some verbose output when I do cargo run. We have the max is configured to be 100 because we defined this variable and we assigned this value 100. Okay, this is an option because maybe we want to be sure that this is 100, but it can also be known in some cases. Okay, now what's the problem here? The problem here is that maybe a match statement is a bit too much because we have only one arm and the other one says okay, in the other case just nothing. So can we write this code in a more simple way? The answer, of course, is yes, and we can use an if-let statement. Okay, so we can do something like this. I want to remove the else for now because we'll do another example later, and that's it. So this if-let sum, in this case, will print this. So it's very similar to a simple if statement, but here we basically have what we had in an arm in a match statement. It's a sort of syntactic sugar to have a more concise code. Let's try to run this cargo run -q. Okay, the print statement is a bit different, but it's basically it does the same thing. Okay, so when can I use it? This is one of the examples. The cool thing is that I can also use, in this case, something similar to what I use with when I do an if statement. So, for example, I can even do an else. And this if-let statement can be very useful in case, for example, I have something a bit more complicated. In the enums lesson, we did an example. Probably not many people will remember it, but we had this enum with coins. So let's do this example. Let's do another example. Example number 2. We had an enum. It doesn't have to be in the main. I prefer to have the enum outside, and we had an enum with coins. Okay, penny, nickel, dime, and quarter. And then if you remember, the enums in Rust are very powerful. And for example, we can have an enum that has some values here. Even another enum, which is super powerful. We can have an enum about the rarity of the coin. I think we had this exact example. Before I keep going, I want to avoid all the warnings in case I have dead code. Otherwise, my print statement will be very messy. And I think it's something like this. Debug. Let me find it. How is it? In this case, a moment. Let me find it. Here we had something like this. Moment. Is allow. We can allow dead code. Something like this. Okay. This is just to avoid warnings. Okay. So we have this enum with coin. Then we have this enum about rarity. And for example, in the case of the quarter, I can have here the rarity. Okay. So I have these two enums, one with the coin and one for the rarity. Now here, one moment. Close this. Okay. Now here in the main function, I can define a coin, let coin, like this, and in case I have a quarter, I will I will print out the rarity, otherwise not. So for example, I don't need a match statement, but I want to do here an if let statement. So if the coin is of the type quarter, I print this quarter is this. We'll see why we have an error here. Otherwise, we can, for example, print this is not a quarter. Okay. Why do we have an error here? It's a small error because Rarity doesn't implement the bug. So we can solve this here like this. Derive the bug. Okay. Okay. So here we defined a coin of type quarter of Rarity epic. So let's try to print this out. Cargo run -q. And it prints this quarter is a epic. Okay, it's not exactly perfectly grammarly exact, but it's okay. Now let's say that instead of a quarter, I create another coin. Okay, so for example, if I type if I get a penny, let coin equal coin penny, for example here, something like this, and I try to do cargo run -q, in this case I get the else statement. So you see, it's very powerful, and I think it's great when we have a single expression we want to match. So in some cases we want to match multiple. To be honest, I think that usually we want to match multiple patterns, but I don't know, maybe in some case, maybe in this case, for example, I want to match only for the rarity of a single case, for example, only in the case of the quarter, because probably, I don't know, I have an enum with coins, but for example, for my case, I'm focused only on quarters because I'm interested only in collecting quarters, but of course I have multiple coins. So it's a very plain, simple and plain concept, but this can save some time, and I think that in some cases can even be more easier to read, I would say. So I don't know if you like this or not, but I think it's worth mentioning that we have this statement, this construct in Rust. Again, super simple. Basically, what we are trying to do is to avoid having a match statement with only one arm and a default one. That's the main goal of the if-let statement. Okay. And also it can be very useful when we have, for example, the option T. The option T is used basically to handle null values in Rust when we have like just some or none. And then in this case, I think an if-let statement, as we did in the previous example, can be useful. So basically today we did just this very simple lesson, but I hope that this was clear. And honestly, I think that I will use this if-let every time. Maybe I start with a match statement, I have a couple of pattern matching, couple of arms, 3-4 arms, but then maybe I remove some of them. So in case I have a match statement with only one arm, I think it's recommended to use this if-let instead. What do you think? Do you like it or not? Can it be? I think it might be a bit confusing, especially for beginners, because understand if-let doesn't make much sense. Usually after if, you expect like a Boolean expression. Instead here we have if and then let and then a pattern matching. So I think this is the only downside that for a person who is new to Rust can be a confusing construct because it starts with if. So probably I would expect here a Boolean condition. This is not a Boolean condition. This is basically a pattern matching of this coin quarter. So it is okay. I have a coin of type quarter with a certain rarity. Okay, and this is the end of the chapter about pattern matching in Rust. Again, we did enums, match, and if let. So we are done with another very important module in the Rust tutorial series. Fun fact, we'll start next week with fun fact, the next lesson will be about modules. So we'll see crates, how to organize our code in multiple files, how to import them. So I think that will be useful because to be honest, so far we just used a single file, this main.rs file. We never used multiple files or imported, but of course Rust gives us the opportunity to do it. So that's the end of this very short lesson, to be honest. And now we can relax a bit. So I'm lucky that I did it, that I had an easy one, of course, just after being a bit offline, I would say. And yes, that's it. I want to get back with the chat. It has been very quick today. Probably the quickest lesson. Was that on purpose or not? You'll never know. Okay, now we will do the rest of the live stream like this. And feel free, of course, to ask stuff. I need to buy the frame, but this is also kind of heavy, so I don't know if a frame is enough. Also, you see, behind there are these two holes. So I think it should be hanged here and here. But it looks really amazing. Thank you so much, Jolene. Thank you. I'm interested to learn it. What? Do you suggest any good resources for learning Rust? I made a short. Probably for many of the lessons, I made a short. Resources to learn Rust. Of course, this channel. Let's see if we have it. No, I'm not on page 1 of Google. Resources to learn Rust, Francesco. Let's see. You die. Okay. So this is a five resources. 5 resources. 5 free resources. Free resources to learn Rust. Thank you, Udai. Thank you, Tebo. So, as I said, there will be more and more Rust content on this channel. I'm absolutely in love with Rust, almost as I am in love with Docker. No voice is there, I guess. What do you mean? Test. I guess. But I think that someone else can hear me. Amora. Maybe it was on your end. Because otherwise I recorded a video. Okay. Thank you so much for giving me a heart attack, Omar. You know, this is one, but this will happen one day. In these first 14 episodes, it didn't happen, but probably at some point it will happen. A couple of weeks ago, someone told me that Rust is difficult to learn, so I thought I should give it a try as well. But after watching your videos, I'm in love with Rust, to be honest. Thank you so much, Code with Babu. I really love this feedback. I think I will make a tweet with this. But it's not king, but I really love it. When I love something, I'm happy I felt like where I am here. I love it. Thank you. Thanks. I want to make a tweet about this. Thank you so much, Code with Babu. It's nice to have some good compliments from time to time. I felt I'm lost, but understood some stuff. This was, to be honest, it was a kind of easy lesson. Let's say it was short. If you have 1 hour, 1 hour and half, I highly recommend to check all the edited videos, because basically I'm working on these videos on a weekly basis. So if you're interested into Rust, just check the previous videos, you check the playlist. In 1 hour and a half, you will understand way more. But every video is like 5-10 minutes. I think the max is 15-17 minutes when it's very packed. But they can really be done in hours, in a few hours. But I've been working on this basically full tutorial since January. People loving Rust, thank you so much. Yes. Best feeling as a content creator. Thank you. Let's go. Nice. So that's it, I would say. So I'm really loving Rust. I'm happy that now basically the love that I'm having for Rust is similar to the love that I had with Docker in 2015. The fact is that in 2015 I didn't have a YouTube channel, so it was just studying me all by myself in private. But now that I have a YouTube channel, I can do this on a weekly basis lesson and having fun. So that's the difference, I would say. Amora. Yes. So I hope you are enjoying this series. I'm going really step by step. Get a job in focusing content creation. I'm trying my best, Omar. I have clear intents. For example, you see, I'm not going very fast because I've done just 14 videos since January. But think at the end of the year, maybe I would have done 40, 45, 40. I would say 40 would be a great number. Okay, and at some point we'll switch to tutorial, to full projects, production ready code, front end, full stack with Rust and Docker. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it's I think it's really great. It's really great. Yeah, of course, I do podcast, shorts, the edited video, so it's not just 14. 14 is about 14 weeks, I would say, but I also did like many shorts, many the edited part, it's a structure, I would say. But I hope you are enjoying this. Thanks for the membership. Nice. Code with Babu, you remembered me that we need to give away the memberships. So be sure to be subscribed, because I'm about to give away 5 memberships right now. Okay, I'll just make a sip of water so you have time to subscribe, and then I'll gift 5 memberships. Akmal, ciao Francesco, grazie per la live. Sorry for being late. Will you post the video on encapsulated let if? I will post a video about if let, you mean? And but so no worries. I'll publish this on Tuesday. It's a very simple one, but it's very important to understand the concept, because to be honest, the syntax is a bit weird, because after an if, I would expect parentheses. How about let variable if else? you can do if let and then else. We did an example just now. I don't know if it's still here. Here. This is the syntax. Okay? You can do if let, not let if let and then else. Okay? Else. If, basically, it's to try to match this pattern. It's not really a simple if, because in an if you have a boolean. Okay, in this case we are matching a single statement. Okay, but it's similar. The concept is similar, of course, of an if. It's just one or this or not. But for example, it's interesting because if you remove the else and this is not matched, it will just ignore and the code will just keep flowing. Okay? Yes, perfect, grazie. I love how you put some Italian words. Never got used to that, such a weird concept, but I love the idea. To be honest, it's very easy. It's so easy that it took me like a few minutes. The problem is this, that a beginner, if they read if let, they get very confused, but it's not. It's super easy. I think even in the book, they mention this is a sort of a syntactic sugar for a match statement with only one arm. So once you understand it, it's almost trivial, I would say. I would say that at least now, if you read an if-let statement, you know that this is a pattern matching. And this is why the if-let is in the pattern matching chapter after enhance and match. Okay? I hope this was useful. Let's gift the five memberships. 3. I want to do this with the silver button. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bam. 5 memberships. Andrew Barber, Abilin, Kanishk, Jason Torres, and Timo. Love it. Great. Okay. Any more questions? When will you publish stuff about Japan? Let me put it here. The chat back here. Chat. I remember first time. Okay. How could I win it? It's I can't decide, so I can't. It's a bit weird. I can't gift a membership to a specific person, but if you are engaging with the channel, you have higher chances. Okay, so that's the thing I would say. I remember the first time I got confused when my variable was lost after if else. I found out it wasn't enabled. I'm sorry, Amar. I'm very sorry. Next time. Next time. Okay. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Maybe I will stay. Senti, Francesco. Akmal, but are you Italian? Are you using Google Translate now? I'm curious because it's weird that you do like half Italian and half English comment. Let's stop recording. I'll start editing in the meanwhile. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay. Nope, I live in Milano. I work with an Italian company. Parlo italiano, ma a me... Ok. Okay, Akmal. Okay. No, I thought that you were using like Google Translate or something like that, but it's okay. We can have some fun. Thank you for the membership. You're welcome, Abilin. Apart from that, I've been working and running for 5 days in a row like I've been running 10, 15 kilometers, and also a mix like 10, 20 kilometers, half running and half walking. So I really feel good, and and I think this was very important because after staying in Japan, I've been moving, but I didn't hold my stomach back, I would say. Fun fact is that I didn't gain any weight in Japan. I lost 1 kilogram. Yes, so it's I think it's pasta and pizza that makes me fat. It's the only thing that can make me fat. Mm. Okay, so my Italian is too bad for Google Translate. It's okay. It's okay, Akmal. You live in Milano, but where like you said that you work with for an Italian company, but where are you from? If this question makes sense, of course. I don't know if you have been in Italy for a while, if you have the Italian citizenship, Tajikistan. Yeah, probably you speak Italian way better than I speak your language. So no worries, no worries. No, it's important to learn some new languages to expand our horizons, of course. But I will never judge someone for speaking my native language not perfectly, because also Italian it's not that easy as a language. It has something. For example, it's very easy to read Italian. I mean, it's easier compared to other languages because it's exactly how you read it. But it has many problems, like with verbs. It's not easy. Like it's a bit complicated, I would say. English is way easier in terms of, yes, the articles are crazy. Like in English we have the, and of course verbal ways. It's not easy. But yes, it is what it is. Yes, this is why probably one of the reasons why English is so easy, because the verbal things are almost a joke, I would say. Just a couple of exceptions, but it's easy. Sophia, you are late. But thanks for coming. Really, really appreciated them. And we already made the lesson. So this was very fast and quick. And hey Francesco, I saw you talking about language. You should have video database tools like SQLX. Yes, that can be an idea, but I have already many things to. Usually, I create videos more about Rust and Docker and REST API or GraphQL or PRPC also and Next.js. This is, I think, it's enough. But if you have some suggestions, drop them, because even if I say no, more backend probably. Backend with different technologies. Even if I would say no, I'm not doing this now, but if I get many people requesting that, probably I will start thinking about making one video or one short video. So your feedback is always appreciated. This channel is community driven. Usually I give some options and you decide what you want to the next video to be about. Yes, that's it. Now I have this I'm very focused on the Rust series, but of course after that I might do something else. We're already 1 hour, so it has been super quick live stream, but I really wanted to get back and doing this one. Next one will be about modules, and I want to find the next one. Let's see if I find it. Content. I missed. It's okay. It's okay, Sophia. I appreciate. I really appreciate it. It's for real. We have this one. We have one live stream with Tessa. No, with Tracy Lee, Tessa Mero. It was last week. And then the packages and crates in Rust. Okay. is the next lesson. Next lesson. It will be about, and this is important because it's about like how to structure a project, and this will be, of course, a bit more. I mean, I think not complicated, but it's important to understand the concept. It happens so many times that when I learn a new programming language, I never know how to do this. Like import new files, use files, create modules, create packages. It's always a tricky part. In all the programming languages, they have their own structure, the package manager. Maybe some of them they have this online npm thing. How you can build one. So that's it. Sam, I thought I was the only one. Yeah, it's a tricky part, but it's a common part. It's a common part in many programming languages. They do this, like libraries in Java, packages in npm, and we will see how we can do this in Rust. And I think it's very important to start creating something. Let's say that you want to create a small crate, a crate in Rust sort of package, is a sort of library. Okay, we are using. If you go on crates.io here, crates.io is similar to npm. Okay. So it's similar. You install cargo and you can check here. I don't know if you want to check, I don't know, date. The library provides a notion of the calendar date, for example. I will go and work on my side project now. I have a good stream, Francesco. We're about to close, but thanks. You see, we have some stats. I don't know if this is the official one about dates. But let's see what we can find. I don't know, cryptography, crypt, password vault for command line. You see all the time. Magic crypt, SHA crypt. Yeah, poor Rust implementation of the SHA crypt password hash. Interesting. You see, include crypt. Interesting. I want to see JWT. JSON Web Token for Rust. JSON Web Token library. Oh, this is interesting. I want to do a video about this. JSON Web Token with Rust. Cool. Super cool. You see, I need to stop checking this because I know that if I start playing around with this stuff, I will stop doing this series because this is a bit more basic. But I want to force myself finish this series and then move on all this cool stuff. Because for example here you see, for example here they are using the testing feature in Rust, which is super cool. We'll see this in a couple of months probably, but I wanted to do the basic parts first. But this is super interesting. Header and chain claims. I did this in Java. I want to see if in Rust it's easier. Probably it will be. Sorry, Java developer. How does one start learning a new programming language? Okay. If you let's make Q&A session and then we wrap up. So these are the rules. Until I'll have some questions, I'll keep going and then I'll close the live stream. Okay. So let's put this here. Let's put this here on the side like this and a bit bigger, so it's easier to read. How does one start learning a new programming language? With project some say learn the basics. So, okay, I'll tell you what I do when I want to learn a new programming language. So, first step, I check a crash course. 2 hours, 3 hours crash course. So, at some point, I will also want to do a crash course about Rust. I have a full tutorial, which is probably the second step. So I check a crash course, 2-3 hours, usually by Traversy Media, Derek Banas, and something like that. There are people who are focused on creating crash courses on that language. And this requires hours, like 2-3 hours. So I can have an idea. Okay. Then I decide. You can buy a course on Udemy. You can check longer tutorials, like 4-10 hours. This is how I learn. Building projects is probably the best idea. I think that you can learn the basics of building a project, BG projects. Building projects forces you to create something and not just following along, okay? Because a tutorial will not teach you how to build a project unless the tutorial has a building project at the end. In this series, we will build some projects. We'll build at least 2 projects, probably more. One is a CLI with Rust, and one is a web server with Rust. I think it can also be a multi-thread web server in Rust. That's the final lesson. But what beginner projects? I would say it depends on the language. It depends on if I don't know if it's a JavaScript framework. We are focused on front end, so it's harder to give an answer to this, because if you do, I don't know, Go, you don't have like a UI, or you can change the DOM with Go. So I would try to make something just funny, with, if you can, with, I don't know, involving some pictures that can, just so you also understand how to import pictures. Or you can have something like a voting system, a little bit interactive. Backend languages: Rust, Java, Go, Python. Yes, I think that beginner project. I don't know if it's beginner, if it's beginner like doing like authentication. So it's like saying like user like logged in, logged out with a status. Okay, so this can be something. What else? You can try to do, of course, basic CRUD operations. Like what I do is basically, I think it's perfect. Like backend language, like create a CRUD API. So connect the backend project with a database. That's not that beginner, but like just doing the connection, I think. Apart from that, there are the usual to-do list. You can try to do, I don't know, some simple one-to-many relationship in a database. I think that these are the best one. Trader just subscribed. I wanted to change this audio, but for today, this is what you'll have. Developers. Yes, so that's it, Sofia. Okay, and if you don't have any more questions, we are about to close today. Okay. You're welcome. Nice. Okay. So thanks everyone. I don't have the other interface at the scene because Streamlabs decided that to remove all the setup. Great to see you back. See you all next week. Yes, Tebbo, thank you so much. Today the lesson was super easy. I was lucky. I've been a kind of busy week. Thanks again for coming. It is always a pleasure to make these lessons interactive instead of me just editing and recording this video on a weekend. It's more funny, I would say. So thank you so much, and see you next week. We'll start talking about packages and modules. Okay, bye everyone. Bye bye.